Hi there, everyone. Last time we looked at stem and leaf plots, which is a new fourth grade standard under Florida Best Standards. And we interpreted the data from a stem and leaf plot by looking at how the stem is the number in the tens place and the leaf tells us the number that's in the ones place. And we were able to also determine the maximum, the largest, the minimum, the lowest value that was on our stem and leaf plot, as well as use that maximum minus the minimum to find the range. What is the range of our data, the smallest up to the largest points? How far apart are they? We also talked briefly about the mode, and I like to call the mode the number that shows up the most. And there was a number that showed up more than once. It showed up twice, and we added a second mode just to show you that you can have two modes, two numbers that show up the most. Now for today's video, we are going to talk about how to create a stem and leaf plot when you are given data points. So the first step is always to order and we want to order it from the smallest to the greatest. And I'm actually going to do that right over here next to it so that I can see that I didn't leave off any pieces of data. So I'm looking at my stems, which are going to become my stems, which are the numbers in the tens place. And the smallest number in the tens place I see is a 2, which will give me 27. And I'm just going to put a dot next to my data point so that I know I've used it. Next, I'm going to look for any 3s. There are no numbers in the 30s. 4. So next number is 43. Take a look. What do you think is going to be my next number? 52. I like to usually do this in pencil. I'm using marker so you can see, but doing this in pencil is always a lot better because you can easily go back and erase if you skipped a data point. Now I'm looking at 60s. I have 1, 68, and I'm marking them next to each other right here so I can see that they line up and I include them all. 70s. I have 2 in the 70s. I have 72. Oh, 73 and 75. All right, mark off that data point. Next, what do you think? Very good, 82. And I'm in the 90s, I have 91. And look, I have another 91. All right, so now I'm going to create my stems. I start with a stem of 2 because that's my lowest data point. Now I can do these simultaneously at the same time, or I can just do all the stems and then add the leaves. I'm going to do it that way this time. Now, even though I have nothing with a stem of 3, I still have to represent the 3. I'll just be sure to not put any leaves. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. Do I need to put a stem of 10? No, I don't. I don't have any data points in that. So I can stop once I hit my highest data point. Now 2. My 1 leaf is 7. Nothing in the 30s, so no leaves. I'm going to leave that area blank. 43, so my stem is 4, my leaf is 3. 52, so what am I going to write? Leaf of 2. 68, that data point will lead me to write a leaf of 8. 73, leaf of 3, and 75. So I also need another leaf of 5. Notice here you don't put commas between your leaves. When you list data like this, you would put commas between, but not when you're creating a stem and leaf plot. And I like to list my data vertically, then I can easily see what's in the tens and then the ones place. 82 and 91. I have another 91. I need to make sure that I list 1 2 times representing 91 and another 91. Let's look at some questions that we can answer based on our data. So after we ordered our data, we listed these stems, which are the numbers in the tens. Then we list the leaves, which are the numbers in the ones. Very important to go least to. And also use a stem if there is a stem greater. So see what I mean? I used the 3 because there was a 4, there was a stem greater. All right, now let's look at our data and let's find a couple of things that we have previously reviewed, such as the mode. The mode is the one that shows up the most. In order to find the mode, I'm going to look at what's repeating. And I can look at my leaves and see if I have the same leaf more than once with the same stem. I do. My mode is 91. Maximum, that's going to be my greatest. Biggest, my largest number. Now, don't confuse the maximum with the mode. Mode is the one that shows up the most. It doesn't always have to be the most, even though in this case it is. So my maximum is also 91. My minimum is going to be my lowest or my smallest. Going up to the very top of my stem and leaf plot would be my smallest. In this case, 27. There's no other in the data points in the 20s. Range, I'm going to do 91 minus 27. To borrow here, 11 minus 7. I'm going to count up 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4 in the ones place, and 8 minus 2, 6 in the tens place, leaving you with a range of 64. So the lowest and highest point are 64 numbers apart. Now, I want to teach you 2 new things. And the first one is the median. And the median is what number is in the middle. I'm going to take a pencil out here so that I can just make some slight marks. Now, I can look at my data listed here from least to greatest. And I'm just going to start by circling the least and greatest. The least and greatest. The least and greatest. And I'm going to keep going. The least, greatest, until I have one stuck in the middle. And that one in the middle is my median. In this case, 73. Now I'm going to show you how to do that on your stem and leaf plot in case you already had a stem and leaf plot created for you, so you don't have to just list the data in order. So I like to go like this. I can get rid of this. There's nothing in the 3, so I'm going here is my next smallest point. Going here, and I can just cover up with my finger. Going here and here. But now make sure I got to get rid of the 5 first because the 5 is larger, and this is the large one, than the 3. So that leaves me with the 73 again in the middle, which is a great way to also check my work. So 73 is my median. It's the middle data point when I keep getting rid of the largest and smallest to find what's left at the end. One side tip, if we had a median of 73 and 75, let's say we had an even number of data points, in this case we had odd, so we didn't, but let's say we had 2 medians, 2 stuck left in the middle. What I would do is find what's exactly in the middle between them. Well, I know what's between 73 and 75, it would be 74. But if I had 73 and 74 as my 2 medians, then I would have to determine what's exactly between them, which would be 73.5. If I had a couple of numbers that had a large gap in between them, like let's say my median could be 68 and 73, I would add them together and then divide by 2. So sometimes with the median, you have to add together if you have 2 of them, and then divide by 2. All right, now the last one is the mean. And I like to say that mean teachers came up with the mean because it is mean. You have to do a lot of work. You have to add them all up, and then you have to count how many you have and divide by that many. So I'm going to use a side sticky note here so I can start adding up my data points. I'm going to add 27 and 43. I'm going to add 52 and 68. Luckily, some of these are compatible numbers already. 73 and 75. 82, I'll keep by itself because I'll add 91 and 91. All right, 7 and 3, 10, carry the 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 70. Now I'm going to have to add that with all of these other numbers. This is again 10, that's 12, 120, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 and 7 is 14, 1 is 2, 9, 18. Now I need to combine all of those. So I'm going to start by adding these two together. Put a check on it so I know it's done. It's very important to take your time doing this so you don't make a mathematical error or you won't get the correct mean. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus the 1, 13, carry the 1. I'm at 330. Let me give another sticky note here. I have 330, and I still need to add 70 and 120. Check those two off. 7, 8, 9, 190. And add that. 9, 10, 520, and then don't forget my 82. I did not add that 82 to anything yet. So I have 602 is what I get when I add them all up. Now what I have to do is see how many data points I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can count the leaves. So I have 602 and I need to divide that by 9. Here's where your mathematical skills come in. What number times 9 will give me 6? Nothing. 0 times 9 will give me 0. I still have 6 left over. Now I'm going to bring down my 0. 60. What number times 9 will give me 60? 9 trip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will give me 54. This will give me 63. Okay, 63 is over, so it's going to be 54. And that's 5, 6, my sixth figure. 9 times 6 is 54. That leaves me with 6 left over. Bring down my 2. Well, I just did 9 times 7 is 63, but that's too big. So I have to do 6 again. So I have 54 here. 8 left over. Now the new way of listing remainders is to list it as 8 over, what was I dividing by? 9. So instead of listing remainder 8, we're going to list 8 over 9 is what's left over. So what is my mean? What is my average? 66 and 8 over 9. 66 and 8/9. That's the average of the math test scores. So when I add up everybody's score and divide by the 9 people that took the test, the average score is 66 and 8/9, which could round to 67 if I was rounding. So if I was teaching a lesson and the average score of my students was 67%, I think I probably need to reteach that lesson again because the average was that the kids didn't get it. Now I have 2 kids that got a 91, and I do have a student that got a 27, which really brought the average down. So I can also look at the median, and the median is 73. So the middle score is 73, which still tells me, yeah, I probably should reteach that lesson again. That is how to interpret a stem and leaf plot. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I would be happy to explain them to you. Quick recap, when creating your stem and leaf plot, always start with ordering your data. Once your data is ordered, you can list your stems, which are the value of the tens place, and you can then list your leaves, or you can list each stem and the leaves that go with it. Make sure that all of your numerical data is listed from least to greatest, and that even if there's a number that has no leaves that doesn't show up, If there's one that's greater in the tens place, you still need to list it, just leave nothing there. Thank you for watching. Happy stem and leaf plot interpretation.